Gig Stories. I'm Damon Fowler. This is Fowler's Garage. We do gig stories here all the time. If you like the content, please click the link down below. Give us a like, give us a comment. If you really like it, subscribe to our channel. Please welcome my next guest, Mr. Vaylor Trucks.
Good to be with you. How you doing?
Good.
Good. So, yeah, this story is about, in addition to the Yeti Trio and Freight Train Band, I was in a progressive band for a while, kind of a jam band progressive band called Bonobos Convergence. And it was myself and two members of the band Kinda out of Orlando, if you remember them. It was Pete Orenstein, who's an amazing organist, keyboard player, and Frank Registrato on drums. Also great player, great songwriter, great singer. And so we would tend to do tunes that were a little bit more arranged and obviously a lot more vocals than what I did with the Yeti Trio. And so, So for example, do you know if I said this, the song Powerhouse by Raymond Scott, would that ring a bell for you?
Mm-hmm. It was. Yeah, I think you sent me that one time, actually.
Yeah, Powerhouse is the cartoon music that would appear in a lot of the Warner Brothers cartoons,
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
yes.
So, we did a version of that. That's where our head was at. That was our aesthetic. And our drummer Frank had a lot of connections in the festival circuit, and we got invited to play the Wakarusa festival before they moved out of Kansas to Arkansas. So we actually took a long-ass trip out to Lawrence, Kansas to play the Wakarusa festival. And I don't know if you've ever spent a summer in Kansas where it is hot as monkeys and there's no shade to be had anywhere and the ground is flat. And
it's like an oven.
It's 1,000 degrees outside, but that was what the weather was like. And but the nice thing about it though is that we had camping passes, so we got to kind of camp next to some other folks that were just festival goers. We made some good friends there, had some really good times there, some of which I probably shouldn't repeat in podcast form, but it was, I'm kind of a teetotaler, and Wakarusa was the first time that after playing I decided, well, screw it, I'm gonna enjoy myself for this last day, and got really kind of messed up. But the reason why is because the day we played was a long ass push. Wakarusa was divided out into, it wasn't like most festivals have been to, like Guani or Bonnaroo or whatever. They have a couple of main stages where they swap things back and forth. At Wakarusa, they had tents lined out all over this giant fairground, and inside each of the tents would be acts going 24/7 almost. And they booked us to play one of the smaller tents at 4 a.m.
Right, so that's my kind of gig.
Yeah. So, but so. As kind of out of a sense of wanting to be involved in the fun of the day, I ended up just basically parking inside that tent for most of the day that we're going to play, just to watch the bands as they went off and on. And a lot of it was okay, but the one thing that I do remember is that I got a chance to see Buckethead. He was playing at that one, and there's only been I can count on one hand the number of times I've walked away from a performance thinking, well, I guess I'm done playing guitar. There's no way I can top that. The first time I saw Charlie Hunter live and saw what he was doing with bass and guitar at the same time. Sean Lane, when I saw him play with Apartment Q258 and Jonas Hellboard.
Sean Lane was badass, dude.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Buckethead, and then my fusion trio, the Yeti Trio, got a chance to open for the Aristocrats once, and I saw Guthrie Govan, and good heavens. I think of all of the musicians that I've met, Guthrie is probably the one that I'm most embarrassed about what a fanboy I was when I talked to him. So yeah, I'm filled with the music of Buckethead as I'm waiting for the last couple of bands to play, and I'm just like, there's no way I can play this. But we finally get our turn. We come up, and the set is relatively good. I was expecting to play for two people, but the tent was relatively full, even at 4 a.m. They were all drunk, they were all
Or the
stoned.
Morris.
Yeah, but a couple of you guys are just really beautiful people, and they're all just like, hey, and we had them on our side, and it was really ended up being a really beautiful show, and it was the first time that I'd finished playing, and after we finished playing, the sun started coming up, and I just so that was the day when that sun started coming up, that day that I decided to spend the rest of the day not being a musician, just being an attendee, having a couple of beers, enjoying the music, and just letting myself be part of the experience. And yeah, that was a fun night.
Hey, I'm Damon, and this is Gig Stories from Fowler's Garage. If you like the content, please hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and a share.